Hello, this is your midday news from Vox Africa studio in London. I am Pamela Bonkeong. Let's have a look at our first story for today, which is the situation at the South African mines. Two mines in South Africa have started operations once again after closing its doors for fear of the labour unrest sweeping the platinum mining industry. The Aquarius Platinum's Kroondal Platinum Mine and X-Stratus Chrome Mine near Rustenburg reopened today. The Anglo-American Platinum, known as Amplats, plans to resume tomorrow, but that remains uncertain as workers are still on strike. The Lonmin miners rejected an offer of 900 rand increase, the equivalent of £67, that will allow new entry workers to earn a basic monthly salary of 5,500 rand. As the strike spread to Amplats, the country's government has hardened its stance, and so half the miners. Police were brought in to disperse Marikana striking miners and fire tear gas and rubber bullets on Saturday. Zuma's administration has vowed to stop the miners' illegal protest. Scientists from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine have discovered a new breed of mosquitoes in Kenya, which they have named Species A. What has been more worrisome for the scientists is that they have yet to match these species' DNA to that of any existing mosquito variety. Researchers have become more worried as the mosquito does not display the usual tendencies of other mosquitoes. This is because it does not wait until the nighttime to be active. It bites when people are outdoors. In the day, the use of mosquito nets infused with spray saved the lives of over 1 million people in the last 12 years. But this new species is undermining the gains made throughout this time. It still remains undetermined whether this specimen acts as a vector transmitter, but on a wider scale, they are believed to play a major yet to be identified role. Yesterday saw the inauguration of the president-elect of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. During his inauguration, the new president promised to improve security and fight against piracy, which has turned the country into anarchy. This new era in Somalia's politics is seen as the impetus needed to usher in peace and bring the country to order following over 2 decades of civil war. Mohamud, an academic who is fairly new on the political scene, will have to brace himself to face challenges such as clan politics, excessive corruption, maritime piracy and the insurgency from Al-Shabaab rebels, which threatens the country's sovereignty and stability. Let's hear more from the President of Djibouti, outgoing Somalian President, and the President-elect himself, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud.
I advise all Somali people to work with the president, and you have to know that he needs your full support to move the country forward.
Today is a historical day for Somali people, and I'm very happy that Somali has got constitutional government in place.
We request international community to help Somali government directly without intermediaries.
The World Health Organization has declared the Ebola situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo as serious. This comes as the death toll from the virus has more than doubled in recent days. It has now spread to 31 in an area of Congo. According to authorities, 15 people have been killed in the northeast of the country. The virus is deadly as it has no cure and is fatal in 40 to 90% of cases. Since it was first discovered in 1976 in DR Congo, the Ebola has stricken 8 times. It causes heavy internal bleeding as well. The practice in the region of displaying corpses before burial brings other people into contact with the disease. 2 quarantine centers have been established in Isiro and Viadaina. Elf Boss has been extradited to Togo from Ivory Coast to face charges on a fraud scheme. Loic Lofloge-Prejean, who currently works as an oil consultant, has previously served a 5-year jail term for embezzling over $350 million, while at Elf, the 68-year-old was detained following an investigation launched after a businessman complained of being swindled out of $48 million. Mr. Lofloge's lawyer says the charges against his client are politically motivated. The case continues. Sudan's President Omar al-Bashir is in Egypt for a two-day state visit. It is his first since the election of Islamist President Mohamed Morsi. Meanwhile, Amnesty International called for the arrest of the Sudanese president and advised Egypt to withdraw its invitation to the Sudanese leader. Bashir was received at the airport by Egyptian Vice President Mahmoud Mekki and then met Morsi at the presidential palace. Though the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Bashir in 2009, he has been able to travel to countries such as China, Chad, Saudi Arabia and Kenya, amongst others. This has proven a huge embarrassment for the ICC. During a press conference yesterday in Damascus, dozens of Syrian opposition parties came together and urged for a national dialogue. These, they believe, will help to put an end to the unrest engulfing the country. The parties were equally adamant that there should be any foreign interference. The opposition parties later met with the UN envoy Lakhdar Brahimi to share their concerns and exchange ideas. Analysts have indicated that it will not be possible for the Syrian opposition groups, either at home or abroad, to reach an agreement, as they all hold different opinions on how the dialogue with the government should be conducted. Protests have intensified in Kabul, Afghanistan, over the film of the Prophet Muhammad. Demonstrators set fires to cars and sang "Death to America." Policemen were injured as protesters threw stones at police. Some 40 to 50 policemen were slightly wounded. The anti-American feeling continued as, in a new development, a rogue attack by Afghan police killed 4 U.S. soldiers in southern Zabul province. The soldiers were killed as they attempted to stop an insurgent attack on a police checkpoint in Mezan, a remote area close to the Pakistan border. Now, more deaths there, where 17 bodies have been discovered by Mexican police, dumped along a road near Guadalajara. The bodies are reported to have got wounds and feet and hands bound with chains around the victims' necks. The bodies were found near the small town of Tazapan, which is 110 kilometers from Guadalajara. It has been suspected to be a drug-related killing. Over 55,000 people have died through drug violence in Mexico following an attack on traffickers by the administration of Felipe Calderon. Now it's off to Brussels, where it's celebrating its 11th annual Car-Free Day in order to promote cycling and use of green transport. The capital of the European Union is trying to encourage people to cut emissions to the environment and get its citizens active. Camille Thierry, a spokeswoman from the Brussels Region Ministry, said the Car-Free Day allows for cyclists, pedestrians and public transport users to reclaim for just a single day the public space, the city and alternative ways to commute. Brussels hopes to improve the F grade it got this year for progress in soot emissions reduction. Brussels has also been classed as the most congested European city by car navigation firm TomTom. Let's get some more reactions there to this wonderful day.
We have to admit that many people drive in Brussels, so thanks to this Car-Free Day, it allows people to get out, take their bikes and ride without fear of traffic.
Also, this is the opportunity to get out with the kids, to spend time with the family and especially to enjoy a nice stroll in the city without cars.
I ride a bicycle every day, therefore I'd rather dream of a bike-free day. It will mean that 364 other days are dedicated to bicycles.
Thanks for watching, and for more news updates, please do visit our website at www.foxafrica.co.uk/news. Bye for now.